today's video, I'm going to go over the GameStop trade-in deal called the Power Trade and ways you can save money, but there's also ways you can lose some money with this trading deal. Let's talk about this pre-Black Friday deal. Let's get started. What is going on, guys? Jim here with a video today, and yes, today we're going to be talking about the GameStop Power Trade. Apparently, this is a Black Friday type of deal. I don't know. I've seen this before that, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So this is a GameStop trade-in bonus that isn't bad, but isn't good. It's got its pros and cons. We're going to go over that today. We're also going to discuss games that are good for the price. There's so many things to talk about, and the reason why this video didn't come out 3 or 4 days ago is because there's been so many other Black Friday deals. We've seen Best Buy's full deals. We've seen Target sneak peek. We've seen Walmart sneak peek. So many things, but we haven't seen GameStop yet. But that's going to be a topic for probably tomorrow because that's when the deals start. So keep that in mind. But today's video, we're going to talk about this GameStop Power Trade and if it's good or not. And it does have its pros and cons. Before we get started with today's video, guys, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button, like this video, comment down below by the end of the video. Do you think this trade-in deal is for you, or do you think it's something you just want to avoid altogether? Let's get started. All right, before we get into today's video, let's talk about what we'll be discussing. Pros and cons. Yes, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of this trade-in deal. Obviously, it's got its pros and its cons. Yeah, one outweighs the other in my personal opinion, so we're going to talk about that. This deal isn't your typical trade-in promotion, so it can be quite confusing, and we're going to talk about that as well. Is this really a Black Friday 2023 trade-in deal, or has this been here before? I want to talk about that real quick. This deal actually has been here, but they seem to be adding a lot more games on the list, if that makes sense. Only works on certain games, aka the most wanted list. Yes, these are only certain games that can equal the $50 by trading 2 games in. So obviously you're going to get $25 for each of them if you take 2 off the list. Has to be traded in towards a video game, $40 or higher. That is a big thing. If you're looking for games that are on sale under $40, this is not going to help you with that. Not all games priced on that most wanted list are worth it. You have to realize that there are certain games that are worth it and certain games that are not. Like as I said in the intro, I was kind of talking about that briefly. This is very important, and we're going to talk about that as well. And last but not least, don't be fooled into this trade-in deal if you have a bunch of games. If you have like 10 games you want to trade in or 7 games you want to trade in, obviously that's not going to really benefit from this at all. Let's start with some pros and cons. Pro number 1, this is a good deal if you're looking for a newer game like Forza Motorsports, Super Mario RPG, or Spider-Man 2, or anything like, as you see at the bottom, Call of Duty. If you want to get that game, that's up to you. For Mario Brothers Wonder, as you can see down there, also is a good indication. So yeah, these 3 games at the bottom are actually really showing you that you can get brand new, newer games for a really good price. So yes, if you're looking for a newer game, this is really going to help because obviously you trade 2 games in on the list, you get $50, so you're pretty much getting $25 and $25 per game on the list. Helps you buy Forza Motorsports, Super Mario RPG, Spider-Man 2, and etc., etc. Any game over $40 is going to qualify for this, so you're pretty much going to pay $20 for the games I've shown on the screen here, Forza RPG and Spider-Man 2, so that's actually really good. Pro number 2, this is much better than that 20% trading garbage we are used to seeing all the time. Now, I'm not trying to say it's complete garbage. Sometimes the 20% or 30% is good for certain games, but honestly, I try to stay away from those trading deals as much as possible. They're very gimmicky, and when Pro Week comes up, if they have a double Pro trade-in bonus for Pro Week, and you get, say, as you see the bottom there, 20%, you can't do the one at the top as well. So it's like, it kind of gets rid of that. Yeah, you don't have to buy a game, but 20% is nothing when it comes to trading games in at this point in time. So yes, if you are looking for a much better trading deal, that is going to be this one. This most wanted trading list, even with the very small amount of games on the list. I mean, there's not too many games and there's not too much games on the list, but it's much better than the custom 20 or 30% crap we've seen time and time again. Pro number 3, games that are under $18 really benefit from this promotion. So this is a very important, I want to get this out as clearly as possible. If you are trading a game in like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 on PlayStation 5 or Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 for the Nintendo Switch, for example, those games are $15.40 a piece. So as you can see down there, if you trade 2 games in, you will get $50. So you are going to get $25 for each of those games. That is what I'm trying to say. This is really going to benefit you the more and more lower of the $18 price of games it goes. So if you are looking to trade in games that are under $18 on the most wanted trade list, this is going to benefit greatly from this deal, and you're going to get a lot of extra credit on top of it. So you pretty much can trade these 2 games in here, which on a normal day would be $30, $80 obviously, and but this time you're going to get $50, and that is almost a $20 profit from what you were making just by trading them in regularly on a normal day. Obviously, if they trade towards a game that's $40 or higher, but that is besides the point. A lot of gamers are looking for those new games anyways. And pro number 4, you're not locked into having to pre-order a game to get the bonus. So yes, this is very, very important. I'm sure you've been to GameStop before and you've heard, oh, trade your games in and put $5 on Need for Speed 2035. No, seriously though, we've heard it time and time again. If you trade games in, they're gonna freaking hassle you to trade towards a pre-order and get the bonus. You are not obligated to do this. You actually can pick up games that are newer and out right now. There's no pre-order with this one. I don't even think pre-orders count towards this. So those are the pros, and now here comes the slew of cons. Con number 1, this isn't near as good as the 50% trade-in bonus. This is not even close to that because there's only certain games on the list. There's only certain games on this list that benefit from this deal, and also 50% on a trade-in deal would benefit to any single game traded in, no matter what the price is. So yes, that obviously is not your 50% or 40% or even 60 or 70% trade-in bonus, obviously, but it's still much better than the thing we just talked about before, the 20% towards a pre-order or 30% towards a pre-order. This isn't as good as the 50% if you think about it in the long term of the deal. Con number 2, you have to buy a game that's $40 or more for the trade-in deal to work. So yes, if you are looking for a game on the list on the right side here, the Black Friday early deals, let's see, obviously Callisto Protocol is like $5, Gotham Knights is like $12.50, and I think Zelda's $30. Those games will not count. Most of these games you see on the 25%, 50%, 75% off are most likely not going to be included because they're most likely going to be on sale to begin with, so you're not going to be able to get those games. Yes, if they're on sale and they're 40 or higher, yeah, it will count, but it's very rare to see something with 25, 50, and 75% off, especially with Callisto Protocol and Gotham Knights being so cheap. It's hard to see if this will make any sense. So yes, pretty much if you want to get a game on Black Friday, I don't know if this deal goes into Black Friday, keep that in mind. I don't know if it even ends right tonight before Black Friday. I think that's what happens because we're going to talk about another con soon that I got some information on. If you're looking for games on sale on Black Friday, this deal could end by then, or obviously the games will be too cheap for this deal to work on. Con number 3, if you don't have any games on this list, this trade-in promo is definitely 100% not for you. If you don't have all these games on this list, and some of them we'll talk about in a minute, some of them are really, really silly to trade in. Like, I'll give you an example real quick. If you have, say, two $30 games on this list, say 33 and 33 is 66, obviously you're only going to get 50, but yeah, you'll get the freaking extra money that you're supposed to get, so you're pretty much just getting the normal trade-in value. That's why I'm saying stay clear of games that are over $25 because it kind of goes over that profit trade-in bonus you're going to actually get from your games. And then instead, you're just gonna get what, like just to get the normal credit you're supposed to get, are the normal prices in general for trading them in it. So you want to make sure you kind of go under the $25 game price. So yes, this promo is not for you, especially if you don't have any games on this list. Con number 4, trading games that are over 25 is not smart. GameStop is clearly taking your money this way. Now, I just talked about this very briefly, kind of, that any game over $25 is not going to greatly it's going to be a downgrade for this trading deal more and more. The more higher in price you go with the game. As you can see, Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon, and Sports FC 24 on a Series X, and the other one's on PlayStation 4. For example, those two games, I would highly suggest avoiding by trading in towards this most wanted trading deal, because obviously half of 50 is 25, so you would get 25 for each of those games. But yes, you would get $27.50. That's a $2.50 increase only, and that other one's only an $8 increase. Versus something that's like $13 on the list, you're going to get a $12 increase on each of those. So what I'm trying to say is make sure the games are under $25, or this is going to be a way of GameStop just taking your money or just not getting a deal in general. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Con number 5, the old most wanted trade-in deal was so much better. Yes, even back in January, I think it was, there was a trade-in deal for most wanted games, and it was a huge list. The prices were very good on some of the games. That's where the most wanted trades really work. As you can see right here, we have Pokemon Violet, Hogwarts Legacy, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. This was 7 months ago, I think this promo was. I had to find on my computer this little image here, and yeah, this deal was so much better. And if you want to go even further back, where the most wanted trading deals were even better, you could get like $45, $50 for certain games for one game. Keep that in mind. So it was much better back then. So if you're looking for a better most wanted trading deal, you're not going to ever go back in time and beat those deals. And con number 6, 50% trade-in bonus is making a return soon. So on Cheap Ass Gamer here, you can see on the screen right here, this says trade more, save more promo on video game software 11/26 to 12/9. Apparently, if you trade in 2 games, you get 20%, 3 games, 30%. Here's where things get a little better. 4 games, 40%. So you're not going to get any more than 40%, but you'll get the extra 10%, and that's 50%, and it's coming back real soon. So if you're looking for a 50% trade-in bonus, it is actually coming back soon. So this is kind of hard to say if you should do it or not, but keep that in mind if you're looking to trade games, and especially if they're not on this list, or if games are too much on this list to begin with. Con number 7, do not trade a bunch of games in thinking this is going to be a good deal. What I mean by that is if you're trading in, say, 7 or 8 games, I don't know how it's going to work if you have to do separate transactions, or you trade, like, say, 6 games in and get 3 games that are $40 or over $50 off. I don't know how that's going to work, to be honest, but I'm telling you right now, if you're looking to trade in an odd amount of games, say like 13 or 17 or something like that, then you are looking at a really big downgrade where you could have done, because you pretty much want to make sure you have the games on the list for one. Obviously, you might trade games in that are too high on the list, and that could really affect it and make the profit very small for this deal. So yeah, it all comes together in full circle. Do not trade in a bunch of games thinking this is the best way of doing it. Trade in 2 per transaction. Make sure the games are under 25 each so you can get the most out of your value. So let's talk about games that you will benefit from, not benefit from, and take a huge loss on if you're doing it for this most wanted trading deal specifically. So games priced between $10 and $18 are your best bet. You're going to make a huge amount of money extra in credit than you would on a normal day. So right here, Call of Duty Cold War is $11. That will turn into $25, which is a $14 increase. Another Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the remake on Xbox Series X, that's a over $10, I think $10.70 increase of money that you wouldn't get on a normal day. And the Bayonetta Origins game, $16.50, obviously will get you $9.50 more if you did it with this most wanted trading deal. So yes, these 3 games, I kind of gave an example. What I'm doing here is one of each, a game on PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. So obviously these games here would benefit greatly. They would all turn into 25 each. Now keep in mind there are 3 games on this list. It would not make sense to do 3. Make sure you're doing 2, but it's honestly just an example. So let's go with say the $11 Call of Duty and the $14 Call of Duty. Instead of $25.30, you would get $50, which is nearly double. Games priced between $22 and $25 you will not benefit at all from. So here we go. Games like Hitman World of Assassination for $22, Hogwarts Legacy for $24.20, and Metroid Prime Remaster for $24.20. Let's see, so they all become 25 each if you do them by 2. So let's see, Hitman would be a $3 profit, which is really nothing. Hogwarts Legacy is an 80-cent profit, and Metroid is an 80-cent profit. So these games right here, you are literally better off waiting for a 40 or 50% trade-in bonus, or even 30% at this point. This is really where you're just going to take a loss at this point. So keep in mind that I wouldn't trade these games into this deal at all. Now, these games, however, are where you're going to lose money to GameStop all itself. So games between $26 and $35 are the worst games to trade in this deal. So let's see, Lords of the Fallen trades in for $27.50. Liza P trades in for $27.50, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder trades in for $33. So you'll lose $2.50 on Lords of the Fallen, you'll lose $2.50 on trading in Liza P, and you'll lose $8 in Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And let me tell you right now, if you trade these games in, say you trade Wonder, and if you trade in Liza P, so let's do some quick math here. That is 60-50, I think it is. It's going to be, what, 50 towards a game? You're going to lose $10 this way. Keep in mind, you're much better waiting for a 40 or 50% trade-in bonus. Now, I know you're probably thinking you're still getting more than 25 on the Liza P and Lords of Fallen, but $2.50 on each game is nothing. And yeah, you can get 33. You're still going to get 33 for Wonder. You are going to get that $33, but you're not going to get that significant increase from games that would benefit from the trade-in bonus. Say something in the $15 range, going up to 25. For this is $33. You'll get $8 more, obviously by default, because the game is worth more than the actual deal itself. But it's not really an increase that you would see, because as you can see, it's $33 to begin with. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. I hope this GameStop Power Trade information type of video helped you. It is a good trading deal overall if you are looking to get newer games. It's a good trading deal if you're going for games that are under $20 to make it 25 each, to make it for the $50 towards a new game. So pretty much you make sure it's not a game that is over $20. The more and more expensive the game is on the list, the more and more you're going to lose because you're only getting 25 and 25 for each game. Yeah, you get to keep the extra credit, but you're not really getting a boost. You're just getting that normal store credit of, say, $33 for a game. Yeah, it's $8 more than 25, but you're still not getting a boost. It's 33 for everyone else anyways. Games that are like $13 or $14, that benefits greatly from this deal. In the comment section below if this video was very informative and it really helped you out figure out if this GameStop Power Trade deal is worth it or not. I try to go as much into it as I can. I mean, there's probably some details I'm leaving out that I don't even know about because it's GameStop. They add a lot of things to their deals, which hopefully this isn't really a gimmick, I guess you can say. Let me know in the comment section below if you've done this trading deal, and let me know what your results are from this trading deal. Stay also stay positive, most of all, stay safe, and please, GameStop, bring a really good Black Friday ad tomorrow. We're going to be talking about that tomorrow. Peace out, guys.